Hello and welcome. This is Chris-Ann. I'm coming at you from Elemental Energies with Chris-Ann, and we are going to be doing another in my very long series of doing tag mini books. I absolutely love making these. I'm getting ready for a show that I'm going to be doing in a couple of months, so I need to have supplies and stock, and this is one of the things that I am having a variety of. Is going to be some mini journals, as well as I'm going to have a couple large journals, but this is going to be one of my small mini journals. So if you haven't seen my other videos where I make tag mini journals, check those out. It's over the past quite a few months, and I do each one different. No two are going to be repeated. Each one has its own theme and energy and color scheme, etc. So for this one, we are going to be doing some sort of metallic, colorful bugs. I like bugs. I do a lot of bug kind of things. And these are bright and colorful and cheery. I do like a lot of the sort of vintagey, grungy kind of things. This is not going to be grungy and vintagey. This is going to be bright, cheery. Not that the other ones aren't cheery, but you know what I mean. And we're going to do some moons. We are going to stencil. We're going to do the whole bit. Now, this paper that's here under this is to cut back on the glare because I'm using a glass mat. And it is just like a scrap paper. And once I feel like I'm done with these scrap papers here, I cut them up and make things with them afterwards. So I have a Lavinia stamp stencil. It's called Flora. This is what I am going to decorate each and every tag with. I do have a lot of sort of cohesive things amongst the, I always make mine with 5 tags. So the 5 tag booklet, and we are going to be stenciling with Pool Party by Stamping Up. For this, we're going to stencil the moons, and we're going to be using Lavinia inks from Lavinia Stamps Elements Sahara. That's going to be the moon. But for right now, we're going to do this. This is going to be the background of all 5. I have a new stencil brush that I am using for these. So I'm inking this up. I chose this color because, well, number 1, I like it. And number 2, it seems to be sort of a theme within the colors of all of those bugs. There seems to be a lot of sort of turquoisey kind of colors. I am really loading this brush up. It's a brand new brush, even though there's some like little pink that got on this and everything. But that's okay. So I have loaded this up quite well. I'm going to take a little bit off. And I thought of doing sort of like a 2-tone stencil with a couple different colors. But I kind of thought that would sort of take away. Oh, I should have taken some off first. I thought that would take away from like the bugs, because the bugs are quite colorful, to say the least. I take the initial bit off the brush after I ink it up because it leaves splotches. This is a manila tag. It's a very large manila tag. I'll try and remember to link these. I did get them on Amazon. I'll try and remember to link them in the description box. If I forget and it's something you're looking for, it is perfectly okay to reach out to me. Yeah, look at that. beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I wanted something that was a nice sort of pastel background kind of color, and that's kind of how that struck me because, let's just grab a bug. Look at that. It matches. Matches better in person than what the camera is showing. Those bugs, about a year ago, I got them at Hobby Lobby. I have no idea if they are still available at Hobby Lobby. It comes in one of those giant packages of the Hobby Lobby branded ephemera. You get them on the sticker aisle. And they're stickers. Ooh, hold on a minute. Oh, just needed a little drink. Ooh. Okay. Let's line this up. And then ink, ink, ink. I love doing different layers of things on everything I make. Stenciling. I debated doing stamping with this one, but I already have another book in mind. So we'll see if I'm going to keep the stamps for that one. I was thinking of having this style book, because I'm making quite a few styles of mini books. Of this style book, I'm thinking of having 10 to 20. I'm speaking at this event, and I'm going to be talking about journaling, the importance of journaling, and then, of course, my Oracle deck. And I already got my application in. I was the first one to get my application done and in. Yay! I like to procrastinate, but I'm also a go-getter. So go figure. Depends on which way the moon is as to how I function. My friend is hosting the event, so she is doing me a favor by giving me a really good spot. She gives me the same spot every year, and she doesn't give hardly anybody else the same spot every year, but my allergies are so severe now, whoops, that this spot is right near the door. So in case I need to pop out and get some fresh air, this is the only spot that is as close as it is. And it's right by the microphone. Now, I know this is going to be a shocker for you all. There have been times the microphone has broken, and this is a very large ballroom. She typically, in the past, has had 77 vendors at this event. So when the microphone breaks, and if I'm right there, I excel at vocal projection. I actually had to have a class on that in college. I'll explain that in a minute. So I can make the announcements without a microphone, and everybody in the room can hear me. So we all kind of laugh and joke about it. When I went to college to be a sign language interpreter. So my degree is in the science of sign language interpreting. And we had to take, as part of our curriculum in college, we had to take like a public speaking kind of class. Because when you're a sign language interpreter, you're not only doing sign language, but you're voicing for the deaf person or community or the group, whomever. So you still have to use your voice. And having vocal projection is very important depending on your situation. If it's an event, it's a classroom, it's a boardroom, doctor's office, you have to be able to use your voice clearly and effectively. And yeah, I excel at that. I excelled at that much, much, much before I went to college. Yeah, I'm loud. I may not always be loud here. I don't know if short people have that sort of naturally within them. You know, I'm 5'2", so I'm short. The majority of the world is taller than me, but that doesn't stop me, which is kind of funny. So yeah, there's multiple reasons why I get this spot. I have had to help in the past with lack of microphone functionality. And that works for me. And she's a very good friend. The woman that hosts this. So it's the last Saturday in September 2025. I think it's the 27th, I think. It's either the 27th or the 28th. Whatever the Saturday is. I have to write it down. And I will do like a whole video showing everything I'm bringing. And it's $5 to get in. That gets you in to the 6 speakers for free. They're 50-minute sessions. I am one of them. And it also gets you, allows you to enter the raffle for free. And the majority of the vendors donate to the raffle, plus my friend Dee Dee has things, you know, the one that's hosting it, she already has things to put in the raffle as well. So here's my 5 stenciled backgrounds. So let's move this. Now I normally label all of these with washi tape, so I'm going to get a washi tape and label this one so I know that this one coordinates with my Stampin' Up one. So I'm going to put that somewhere else right now. I think we're done with this for now. The next thing I want to do is I want to stencil these moons. And I want to do that in this yellow. So anyways, $5 admission into the event gets you to hear all the speakers for free and enter the raffle for free. And the raffles, it's always pretty good things in the raffle. And it's a way for us vendors to advertise for free because, you know, you put your business card and everything. It's a big table that she has. It's very, very well organized. My mom and I used to do fairs, craft fairs, metaphysical fairs, and when I had my shop, I used to do them as fundraisers at my shop as well. So anyways, we've done fairs for years, been in them and hosted them. So I can tell you my friend does a very good show. So she has a big table with all the things that are donated for the raffle. I like just going and looking at it. I can't enter the raffle because I'm a vendor. But I like going and looking at it because it's always sort of kitty-cornered to my table. It's kind of near my table. So for one, I keep an eye on it. And 2, I drool at all the things. And then I can find whose item is what. And I can go check out their table and, you know, see their items and their goodies. I don't like that one. Let's switch that. So it's free advertising. And I used to have a shop, so typically this is a place that I would meet a lot of the vendors that I had their wares in my shop, or I would purchase from them directly to have items in my shop. I have an online shop now, and it's mostly my my art. I don't have other vendors' art on my website now. Someday I'll have another shop, but for now, this is what I do. And my shop was a scent-free facility. It was advertised that way everywhere. And yes, I held people to it. So this to me looks like it needs a little pop of something else. Let's see if I do that. Is that enough? I don't know. Let's try a color. Let's see what colors I have. You know what? Let's do this. Let's see. This is that same ink pad I stenciled the background with. Do it this way. Okay. Let's see how that looks. Oh, yeah. That's much better. Oh, I like that. Yes. Let's do that to all of them. Of course, blue and yellow make a green, but that's okay. I'm just swishing this in the ink pad. I tried just rolling it and it didn't, I don't know, didn't leave enough of a mark. Yeah. Let's see, let's do a little bit more here. Okay, that one looks good. Let's do a little bit more right over here. Yep, that looks good. Let's leave that there. Did I get all that? I think I did. Let's just do a little bit more right here. Yes, that looks good. Did I get all of that one? Yes, I did. Okay. Well, that worked out well. That was easy. Super easy fix. So you can see it's not really showing up very well, but when I put it against this, I think it shows up really nicely. It is all the way around. I don't know if that's showing up on camera. From what I'm seeing, it's not showing up on camera, but in person, there's a nice line going all the way around. Okay, so we have that. Now, looks like it needs flowers or something. And I don't think I have my flower stamps here. Let's see. Oh, I have this funky vine. I have these flowers, but I don't like that. It doesn't match. You know what? We're going to do the funky vine. Yeah, we're going to do that. And sticky stuff. Is this going to fit? Ooh, mostly fits. Okay. Now, what color should I stamp this in? You know what else I was going to do? Let me do this first. This yellow, I wanted this to be the moons. This yellow is water reactive. Let's move these out of the way. See if I can grab my water spritzer. See if we can give it a little bit of a moon sort of look. Find a clean spot on this. Yep. That gives it a little, what I like to call visual texture. Okay. Yeah. I like that. Let me show you what these look like. Can you see that there's spots? I hope you can see that. I don't know. You might not be able to see that. That one's neat. That one has a lot. Okay, good. Now, maybe I should probably put these aside to fully dry. And let's stamp at the bottom of all of those some funky vines. All right, I still didn't decide what color. I could do a turquoise, kind of keeping with the sort of turquoisey theme. Let me grab my inks. You know, I could do like one turquoise, one purple. Oops. Grab these. One green. There's my turquoise. There is green in these. Okay, so I'll do a green one. There's like an orange, but there isn't really a red. I like that purple. We'll do that one. This is my orange. I have two different sort of purpley kind of colors. I don't think I want to do that red. No, I think I'm going to skip the red, but I just got it all over me. That's a different blue. Okay. So that's been decided. So let's do the lightest color first. So let me arrange these. Lightest to darkest. Actually, this one's in my way. Let's move that. Don't really need this, so let's move that. Let's move my bugs. There's my cloth. I don't need that. Okay. So we're just going to do some vining sort of at the bottom. Nice. Okay. I like that. Okay, so we're done with the orange. Just give this a little wipe. Now let's move on to a turquoise. And then I'm going to match the bugs up with the colors that I'm putting at the bottom. There are some bugs that have more distinct colors than others. Got a little bit there. Let me stamp over that. There. There. Okay. Let's put that aside to dry. Wipe this off. This one's my favorite color. This is Mermaid. Next we're going to go to, the last one was Catherine Pooler's Tiki Torch. I like that orange a lot. It's the orange I keep at my desk, obviously. The next one we're going to go to is Pine. Now, I say this in all the videos. I have a stencil. Let me show you. To do on the back. It's this. Where's the name? And I stencil all the lines on the back with this. I do not do all of them on air here with you guys because it takes forever. There. I like the funkiness of this stamp. So kind of a happy accident. Next one is Merlot. So I have other stamps in mind for this other book. This other book is going to be very sort of crystals and fun. Kind of metaphysical kind of stuff. I think I'm getting more covered with ink. Yeah, I'm covered. So that's Merlot. And then last but not least, I think is Mulberry. Yep, Mulberry is next. And then we're done this part. We can get on to the fun parts. I'll do one of the lines on the back just to show you. There. And there. All of them are done. Let me get this cleaned off. I don't use stamp cleaner anymore. I'm allergic to it. You can just use regular, like a wet paper towel, like in a plastic tray or something. But I find this whole towel thing works very well for me. I got this on Temu a long time ago. Just been sitting here waiting to be used. Okay, let's let that one dry just a hair more. And let's take this one. Yeah, that's still a little funky. We don't need that. We do need this. And I use a very fine gel pen. Oops, let's get that out of there. And I add lines to the back of all 5 of these. I want people to know this is a journal, and the lines are sort of telling people, hey, journal here. Oops. I have quite a few more ideas for these journals, and I think I've decided these are going to be a $20 price point. And my fabric ones, where I fold over the pieces of fabric, this type, I think this one's going to be 10. So there's the lines. There's the front. Okay, make sure my hands are they're gawky. Okay, let's get the bugs and decide which one has more orange in it. I'm thinking that one kind of has a little more orange, so we'll go with that one for orange. Now, pretend I did the lines on the back of these. I'll do that after the fact. Okay, so darker purple. That one's kind of a little darker. Is it? Well, that one has more green, and that one has more turquoise. Okay, that part is decided. get the moons out. They're curling a little bit. Because they got wet. Let's sort of reshape them. And I'm going to be gluing them down too. So this one still is a little bit damp. But that's okay. I'm not worried about it. I am going to do a relatively generous amount of glue on these. And I'm just going to hold that down for a second because it was starting to warp a little bit. Oh, some of the ink on my hand got on that. So we will cover it up. So like I said, these are stickers, but just because it's a sticker doesn't mean I'm not going to add glue. Just a little bit of glue. And we will cover that up. There. I think that's cute. I'm thinking that's done. I wasn't going to get super fancy with these, but I mean, as you can see, I've already spent over half an hour on this. By the time that all is said and done, each one of these books takes me roughly an hour to create. Now, let me see if I put my hand like this. Am I still going to get stuff from my hand? So because it takes me roughly an hour to make each book, that's why I'm feeling I'm okay with the $20 price point. Yeah, that looks good there. But I am very much open for suggestions. You know, I can make the things. It's the pricing of the things. Ugh. There's that one. So there's a lot of sort of a magenta metallic on each one of these. That's the reflection that you're seeing. I don't want all of them to be exactly the same. There. That's stuck down nice and good, hopefully. So I'm doing a metaphysical fair. That's what the show is. So I'm trying to keep everything sort of within theme. moon phases and things like that. Go right along with what we are doing. And I'm going to be doing a talk on the importance of journaling and different ways you can use your journal. You can use it as a dream journal. You can use it as a book of shadows. You can use it as an affirmation journal, a manifestation journal. And because I'm also going to be doing a talk with my Oracle deck, you can use a journal to keep track of your readings or maybe additional meanings of what the cards mean to you. Because I like everybody to take any and every deck and sort of make it their own. So that is going to be my talk. And I have to limit myself to 50 minutes. Sometimes that's the hardest part. And I'm the first speaker of the day, so, I'm going to be sort of setting the pace for everybody else. So I can't really go over. And plus, I'm doing things at the show. So I have to get back to my table. Okay. I was debating if I should do some of the word stickers. I really love those snarky ones, but that's not really the energy that I want in this book. Oh, that's the snarky. I pulled out the snarky. Just said I didn't want the snarky. And I pulled out the snarky. Let's see, which one is this? Oh, that's the Halloween one. No, I don't want that one. What's this one? Oh, that's Halloween. Oh, here's that. Reflective. I mean, there's some of that reflective in all of this. Let's do these on this. Whoops. Let me fix this sticker. The sticker split. This one is the journey is the destination. So we'll do some black background and some white background. Go with your heart. I like that one. That's straight. I can never tell if it's straight till after I'm done my video. Okay. Let life surprise you. That's a good one. Okay. Come what may. That is apropos. That is not straight. There we go. A little more straight. And I'm okay that these are a little more subtle in the background. Oh, love you to the moon and back. Oh, that's perfect. With the moon. That's straight. I think it's straight. Oh my goodness. I think I'm going to call these done. Okay, so love you to the moon and back. The journey is the destination. Go with your heart. Let life surprise you. Come what may. Okay, now let's decide. Okay, I've decided. That's how I'm going to arrange them. I have one of these things I can never open. I have hand problems. I don't know if it's just me. I love them. They're these ring binders. They're great. They work wonderfully, except I can never open them. I don't know what the deal is. I know I have hand problems, so I mean, I know that's part of my problem. And sometimes I can't close them. There. Okay. I went through like 4 or 5 before I could get one to open, and I was determined to have an open one before I started my video. Now, the other thing that I like to do is do a collection of fibers here on the ring. Oh, that was too long. Let's see. We'll do that one. 1, 2, 3. We'll do this one. If I can find the end. And this one. Okay. Let's see, this one, that might be a little too long. Actually, that might not be too long. If it is, I can always come and cut it off. It's not going to be a problem. I like the fibers here because it brings a little bit of color and whimsy and fun to the journal, which I hope is already fun. Sometimes I do 3, sometimes I do 5 varieties of fibers. I like odd numbers. Okay, so there's that. Now, I do like to do charms. And if you've seen my video where I just made a whole bunch of charms, let's attach this one to the actual fiber. Sometimes I do like a metallic charm. But I just made a whole bunch of these. There. It's different than some of the other ones I've made, which is what I like. So let's do a flip through. We have this one, this one, this one, this one. Oh, that's the one with the lines on it. And that one. And they're all going to have lines on them. I'm just going to sit down one day and just do a whole bunch of lines. So I think having this sort of funky haircut at the top really adds even more fun and whimsy and color to this. After my show, the ones that I have that don't sell, hopefully won't be many, I will put them on my website. If there is some that you're interested in before my show even starts, reach out to me. It's okay. I am having a blast making these. And so it is okay. These are going to be a $20 price point. And I think all of the ones that I'm making are going to be for sale. I don't have the need to hold on to them once I make them. I make them to sell them. That is in my head. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with letting them go. So in the meantime, if you want to check out my website for other things, it's elementalennergieswithchristiane.com. And I have a lot of free things there. I have information on my deck that's there, but I do sell other decks and crystals and art and jewelry and, you know, all that fun stuff. And please subscribe to my channel. I really, really, really could use my numbers boosted. I would like to start doing some live videos, and I have to have 1,000 subscribers to do that. And I want to monetize my account. I do post a video every single day, and I love doing that. I don't plan to stop that. I'm having fun, and my lifestyle as it is right now allows me to be able to do that. So, yeah, thanks for tuning in. Take care. Be free.